Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the IBEU'S News Network with the hottest news for you. Well, as you all know, Mr. Barack Obama was elected as the first black president of the United States of America. And now we are going to show you a little bit of his first debate against Mr. John McCain, so you could understand each point of view.
Good evening. I welcome you to the first of the 2008 presidential debates. Gentlemen, where do you stand on the financial recovery plan?
We are at a defining moment in our history. Our nation is involved in two wars, and we are going through the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. We also have to recognize that this is a final verdict on 8 years of failed economic policies promoted by George Bush, supported by Senator McCain. It hasn't worked.
Senator McCain, your turn.
I've been not feeling too great about a lot of things lately. So do a lot of Americans who are facing challenges. But I'm feeling a little better tonight. And I will tell you why. We are seeing, for the first time in a long time, Republicans and Democrats together, sitting down, trying to work out a solution to this fiscal crisis that we're in. And yes, I went back to Washington and I met with my Republicans in the House of Representatives, and they were part of the negotiations. And I understand that. And it was the House Republicans that decided that they would be part of the solution of this problem.
Let's go back to my question. How are you all standing on the recovery plan? Are you going to vote for the plan, Senator?
I hope so. And I'm sure that
You're going to vote for the plan?
Sure, but
Okay, Senator Obama, do you have something directly to say to Senator McCain about what he just said?
Well, I think Senator McCain is absolutely right that we need more responsibility. But we need it, not when there is a crisis. 10 days ago, John McCain said that the fundamentals of the economy are...
Say it's directly to him.
John, 10 days ago, you said that the fundamentals of the economy yourself and...
were you afraid?
No, just you ought to talk to each other. You ought to talk to each other. So, Senator McCain, do you agree with what Senator Obama just said? And if you don't, tell him what you disagree with.
Well, look, we've got to fix the system. We've got to fundamental problems in the system. But I have the fundamental belief in the goodness and the strength of the American worker. First thing we have to do is get the spending under control. And Washington is completely out of control. Earmarking as a gateway drug, because it's a gateway to how to control spending and corruption. You know, we spent $3 million to study the DNA of beers in Montana. I don't know if that was a criminal issue or a patent issue. But the fact is, there were $3 million of bad taxpayers' money.
Senator McCain is proposing, and this is a fundamental difference between us, $300 billion in tax cuts to some of the wealthiest corporations and individuals in the country.
Senator Obama has shifted on a number of occasions. He has voted in the United States Senate to increase taxes on people who make as low as $42 a year. And that's just a fact. Again, you can look it up.
Okay, look, this is just not true.
Senator Obama has the most liberal voting record in the United States Senate. It's hard to reach across the age from that far of the left.
The point is, one of you is going to be the president of the United States come January, in the middle of a huge financial crisis that is yet to be resolved. And what I'm trying to get at is how this is going to affect you, not in very specific small ways, but in major ways, in the approach you will take as to the presidency.
How about having a spending freeze on everything but defense that turn fares into entitlements?
Spending freeze? Really?
I think we are in serious consideration if the expectations of caring for of our veterans, national defense, and several other vital issues.
Would you go for that, Senator Obama?
Well, the problem of spending freezes, you are using a hatchet where you need a scalpel. Let me tell you another place where I'd like to look for some savings. We are currently spending $10 billion a month in Iraq, when they have a $79 billion surplus. If we are going to be strong at home as well as strong abroad, we have to bring that war to a close. In order to make those two decisions, we ought to know what our values are and who are we fighting for and what our priorities are. And if we are spending $3 billion on tax cuts for people who don't need it, then to want or being asking for, and we are leaving out healthcare, which is crushing on people all across the country, then I think we have made a bad decision, and I want to make sure we are not changing our long-term priorities.
I have not been elected Miss Congeniality in the United States Senate nor with the administration. I have opposed the President Bush on spending on climate change, on torture of prisoners, on Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo Bay.
This, on the way that the Iraq war was conducted. I have a long record, and the American people know me very well, and that is independent, and I'm a very keen at the Senate.
We'll return after the commercials.
Where are you, boy?
Boy, I found something new. I wanna share my sweet chili sauce with you.
Your McNuggets too?
I'm not sharing my crispy, juicy chicken McNuggets. I got you your own.
You got me a 10-piece, guess you're not so stingy. Yeah, and the sauce is sweet and spicy.
Won't be around for long.
No, baby, please don't go.
Not me, boo, the sauce.
Our economy, I think, still, the fundamentals of our economy are strong. The fundamentals of our economy are strong. The fundamentals of our economy are strong.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
And we're back from the commercial. Gentlemen! Thank you. What do you see as the lessons of Iraq?
Oh, this strategy has to succeed. And we are winning in Iraq. And we will come home with victory and with honor.
John, you like to pretend like the war started in 2007. You talk about the surge. The war started in 2003. And at the time when the war started, you said it was going to be quick and easy. You said we knew where the weapons of mass destruction were. You were wrong. You said that we are going to be greeted as liberators. You were wrong. You said that there was no history of violence between Shia and Sunni, and you were wrong.
I'm afraid. Senator Obama doesn't understand the difference between a tactic and a strategy.
I absolutely understand the difference between tactics and strategies. And strategy question that the president has to ask is not whether or not we are employing a particular approach in the country once we have made the decision to be there. The question was these whys.
Osama bin Laden and General Petraeus have one thing in common that I know of. They both said that Iraq is a central battleground. On this issue of aid in Pakistan, if you're going to aim again at somebody, George Shultz, a great Secretary of State, told me once that he'd better be prepared to pull the trigger. He said that we would launch military strikes into Pakistan. Now, you don't do what? You don't say that out loud. He doesn't understand. I guarantee you, I will not publicize state that I'm gonna attack.
Nobody talking about attacking Pakistan. Here's what I said. If the United States has Al Qaeda, Bin Laden, table level lieutenants in our sights, and Pakistan is unable or unwilling to act, then we should take a nap. John, you are absolutely right that presidents have to be prudent in what they say. But coming from you, you know, in the passive threatened extension for North Korea has some songs about bombing Iran. I don't know how credible that is.
I don't think that Senator Obama understands that there was a failed state in Pakistan when Musharraf came to power. Everybody who was around them had been there and knew about it. Knew it was a failed state. I tell you, I had a town hall meeting in New Hampshire, and a woman stood up and she said, Senator McCain, I want you to do me the honor wearing a bracelet with my son's name on it. He has 22 years old when he was killed on combat outside of Baghdad before Christmas last year. And I said, I will wear his bracelet with honor. And then she said, but Senator McCain, I want you to do everything. Promise me one thing, that you will do everything in your power to make sure that my son's death has not in vain.
I've got bracelet too from the mother of a sergeant, given to me and bring back, and she asked me, can you please make sure that another mother is not going through what I'm going through? No US soldier ever dies in vain. No US soldier ever dies in vain, because they are carrying out the missions that their commander in Kiev, and we honor all the service that they provide. The question is, for the next president, are we making good judgments about how to keep America safe? Nobody's talking about defeating Iraq, but I have to say, we are enormous problems in Afghanistan because of that decision. It is not true that you have consistently been concerned about what happened in Afghanistan. I mean, at one point, while we were focused on Iraq, said, well, we can model through Afghanistan. You don't model through the Central Front run area. You don't model through going after Bin Laden. You don't model through stamping out the Taliban. I think that is something that we have to take seriously. And when I'm present, I will.
Sure, Obama doesn't seem to understand. What I hear is documented and agile. What Senator Obama doesn't seem to understand or doesn't get, or there are some advantages to experience knowledge and judgment. And I honestly don't believe that Senator Obama has the knowledge or experience and has made the wrong judgments. You know, we've seen these two born and speak for. Is this an administration too clean? Truth and belief that somehow the search has not succeeded and failing to acknowledge that he was wrong about the search. It shows to me that we need more flexibility in a president in the United States.
Part of what we need to do, what the next president has to do, and this is part of our judgment. This is part of how we are going to keep America safe. It is to send a message to the world that we are going to invest in issues that relate to how ordinary people are able to live out their dreams, and that is something that I'm going to be committed to as President of the United States.
When I came home from prison, I saw that it's been very badly treated, and it made me sad. I guarantee to you, as President of the United States, I know how to heal the wounds from war. I know how to deal with the adversaries, and I know how to deal with our friends.
And that ends this debate tonight. Thank you and good night.
So, Mr. Obama, what do you have to say about it?
Yes, we can.
I have here with me Mr. Senator McCain. Senator, how do you feel about losing the elections of the United States?
Well, I'm feeling...
What are your feelings about the first black president?
Obama, right?
How does it feel to be seemingly less popular than your opponents?
I don't know. I need some water, please.
What do you do next?
Next what?
What do you do now? That ocean of bad luck?
Am I married?
Yeah.
Why are you asking here? Why are you asking?
What's the color of your underwear today? Rafaela to IBEU News Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our daily news. Thank you very much for your attention. So, what do you think about the debate?